Join the movement. Go all electric with Pure Electric.
Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge the Dharawal people who are the traditional custodians of this land. I'm visiting a home in Austinmer, owned by Paul and Therese, to chat to them today about how they've made their home more sustainable by electrifying everything. Hi Therese.
Hi Denise.
Hi Paul.
Hi Denise.
If I recall, you started your electrification journey a number of years ago as an early adopter of an electric vehicle.
Yes, that's right. We had our first EV. It was a Kona EV back in 2019. I'm pleased to say that's still in the family. My
right.
son up in Brisbane and his family now have it. But we now have two EVs. This one here is a full EV, Hyundai. The one behind me here is a plug-in hybrid. The plug-in hybrid will do 50k on battery alone. The Hyundai, the full EV, will do 430k on city driving, probably only about 360 on the highway. We have, in the entire time that we've had EVs for some 5 years, not found the need for a fast charger. We've been able to charge at home, usually when the sun is shining, sometimes if it's not, overnight, but we have found that entirely satisfactory. If we do longer trips, we simply charge at the fast public charging stations, Tesla superchargers, etc.
Great. So Paul, I noticed you also have a number of solar panels on your roofs. Can you tell me a bit about them?
Yes, yeah. The northern and eastern facing roofs behind me here, they were where we had the original solar system that we had installed in 2017. Mm-hmm. At the time, we installed what was a standard sized system, which was 3 kilowatts. We found it probably didn't deliver enough power for us, particularly with the EVs. And unfortunately, within about 3 years of installation, one of the arrays failed entirely. We had people come and look at it, and unfortunately it was a fault in one of the panels, and the supplier had actually gone out of business. And to be honest, they rebirthed as another company, and therefore the warranty couldn't be claimed on. So we lost an entire array, and I guess we were a little bit demotivated, but a few years later the 2515 project, which was aimed at electrifying our local area, the one you're very active in, Denise, we were pleased to receive a whole lot of really good information on the new systems that are now available, and particularly the fact that each panel has its own microinverter, so if one panel goes, you don't lose the entire array. So we now have a much bigger system, and we're very happy with it. We would certainly recommend to anyone else considering a new solar system, go for a larger one rather than the smaller one.
Oh, thanks, Paul. That sounds like a great success.
I understand that when you built the house, you initially installed gas appliances. What prompted you to change?
Well, when we built the house, everyone had gas. That was the conventional thing to do. But after getting the upgrade of the solar system, and we saw how much power it was producing, combined with the fact that the gas company had slowly increased the daily charge up to $1, $1 a day. You're paying $500 just to have the gas on. We decided to go all electric. As you can see with the gas meter here, it's got a ticket on it, an out of service ticket. The tip here is to go to your gas supplier and say, look, could you just close the account? We're not sure, we might want to go back to the gas. they charge you $50 to put the yellow ticket on. However, if you ask for the meter to be removed, they would charge you $1,000. So,
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah.
good to know.
Yeah. Anyway, we can wander up here a little bit more. We probably won't spend too long here. There's obviously room for improvement. That gas bottle, I should have put some cover over it. But anyway, we'll keep
Save
going.
it after, don't worry.
And this is an interesting aspect as well, where again we had a couple of these water tanks installed, part of the basics requirements to recycle your rainwater. Unfortunately, this area, I guess the heritage aspect comes into play. We were obligated to keep all these lovely trees around the house, which we didn't really have a problem with. The downside is we get a lot of leaf litter. Even though we've got gutter guard, we get a lot of leaf litter in the gutters, and this discolours the water. And you know, like those little sort of blue sachets you put in your cistern if you like blue water to flush through your toilet. Well, we actually had brown water, and browno, I think the name of the colouring. My wife wasn't that impressed with it.
No, I wasn't that impressed with it, nor was I impressed with having brown clothing coming out of the washing machine.
Anyway, it now serves to water our garden. We have little hoses there and watering cans, so it still has a function.
Okay.
Well, most people I've spoken to who've had gas really love their instant gas hot water system. I see though that you've switched over to a heat pump hot water system.
Yes.
How have you found that?
Well, the short answer is that we find it exactly the same. The original instantaneous gas heater is just here in this void in the wall, and we put the water tank that works with the heat pump right next to it. So the hot water source is in exactly the same place, and it takes exactly the same time to flow through the pipes. So it was seamless. We found no difference at all.
And this is my new induction cooker. After a few odd moments trying to learn how to use it, I now love it. It's just as good as my old gas cooker. Just as fast, just as adaptable, and look how easy it is to clean.
And this is our latest addition, a Tesla Powerwall 2. We only had it a couple of months, but in that time we haven't used anything from the grid, including charging the cars. Our power to the neighbourhood is generally quite reliable here, but just for the past couple of months we've had 3 power cuts, and our neighbours have made the comment, how come you've got your lights on? We've got a power cut, so we're a bit chuffed about that.
I'm also chuffed that I can actually turn the dishwasher on during the night and not necessarily during the day when the solar's on, because of my obsessive husband's requirements.
Anyway, we're happy with it.
That's
It's
great.
a good addition.
Really great. Well, Paul and Therese, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really informative.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. We enjoyed it too. Yeah.
That's great.